I represent the electorate of Vaucluse, which has one of the highest Jewish populations in the state. About 20% of my constituents are of Jewish faith. So I speak on a matter that is of utmost importance to them. It is something that has been of utmost importance over millennia, actually, and that is not walking past anti-Semitism. So I speak on their behalf tonight when I say that the standard that you walk past, Speaker, is the standard that you accept. And when I heard a video in the news media of the member for Newtown at a Palestine Justice Movement forum in Bankstown talking about Jews and their tentacles, when I heard her suggestions that the Jewish community only seeks to help others because they have an ulterior motive, I couldn't walk past, because this is not a standard that anyone should accept. The comments made by the member for Newtown are offensive, and they have caused hurt, and they stoke the fires of division within our community. They are well below the standard that the public expects of a member in this place. So I talk about the Jewish community in my electorate and in Australia. We are stronger for the contributions that they make, and we are stronger for the contributions that Jewish Australians make alongside people of all faiths and cultures from all over the world. I've said before that diversity is our strength, but the harmony of our great multicultural state is not a given, and it did not happen through sheer luck. And that harmony is only kept stronger by the respect that we show to one another, and that mutual respect should never be selective. We cannot call out hate speech and racism when it is only directed at one group or another. We must call it out whenever it happens, and we must work consistently to preserve social cohesion. Since the October 7th attacks, we have seen a rise in anti-Semitism in Australia and around the world. It is unacceptable that Jewish Australians are feeling concerned for their safety in a way that they haven't in decades. All of us need to condemn anti-Semitism when it occurs without qualification and without drawing any equivalency, just as we should for any other hate-based speech, just as we should for any anti-Islamic sentiment. So we can agree or disagree on foreign policy. We can disagree with the actions of foreign governments. We can protest peacefully. We can and we should acknowledge and sympathise with those in our community whose hearts are breaking for the extraordinary loss of civilian life in Gaza. We can and we should also share the horror of the attacks by Hamas on October 7th and feel continuing distress for the hostages and their families, Speaker. This is a natural human response. But Ms Leong's comments showed a lack of empathy. They were devoid of any respect for a community that feels very much under siege in Sydney. As the President of the Jewish Board of Deputies, David Ossip, has said, she has drawn upon one of the oldest and darkest anti-Semitic tropes by suggesting that there is a sinister or nefarious conspiracy associated with Jews undertaking the most normal of everyday activities, interacting with other Australians. He went on to say, for the benefit of Leong, Jews do not have tentacles. We are ordinary human beings who have as much right as any other group to go about our daily lives without the dark pall being cast over us. Her comments would not have been out of place in Nazi propaganda and need to be condemned by all decent people. And I provide a local example from my electorate. A woman I bumped into yesterday, Speaker, told me that she was afraid. And I said, why are you afraid? And she said, because I have a Jewish name on my shop front. Now this is Australia in 2024, not in 1944. Now in the video, the member for Newtown told the forum, we need to call them out and expose them, referring to the Jewish lobby. Expose them, call them out. So I'm calling her out. We need to expose her conduct, hold her to account for her slurs, because, Madam Speaker, there is no conspiracy here. There are no tentacles seeking to control. All there is at the moment is discrimination against the Jewish community. And the member for Newtown's apology wasn't a genuine apology in the opinion of many because it was dripping in propaganda. It was half-baked. I asked her to take the time to reflect on why it is that she can care for so many minority groups, and she does, and why she can stand up for the rights of so many, and she does. But why there is an absence of empathy when it comes to this group, the Jewish community. The member should apologise without qualification.